so much for tuning in. My name is Danny De La Cruz, and this is The Common Rule. Thank you so much again. This episode here, I swear, give me a second. I'm trying not to make it too much of a downer. It's the Flake episode. It's the one that maybe there's like 3 of you listening out there who heard the original episode anyway. But I am not trying to get into an old man rant on this one. But it's one of the things that I wanted to attack or talk about. To see if it helps, if my approach to working with flakes and working with bad people might help out other people as well. I've been doing this for 15 years, and I still get flaked on. And I'm talking about, and I wanted to do this podcast now because it happened to me this week. It just happened. I had a shoot on Monday, and it happened in the worst way. And I'm like, okay, well, this is going to be a perfect example of what happens, of how you stay in a good mental attitude. Don't let it drag you down, and keep your head down and keep creating. The most common approach is, of course, don't take it personal. You get flaked on all the time. You just got to keep going and keep doing this and blah, 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 blah. And, while that may seem like good advice, it's crap. Obviously, I do take it personal. I decided to dedicate a fucking podcast to to fucking flakes. So yes, I do take it personal. It's an attack on your time, and it's a very, very tremendous vibe killer. And flakes don't just apply to us in the artistic community. We've all dealt with them, whether we are artists or not. From the talent, the model, the hairstylist, the wardrobe, to the fucking plumber and the fucking guy that didn't come over and fix the roof when he said he was. Flakes are just everywhere, man. And we need to approach them in a different way so that they don't kill your day. I've decided to take a spiritual approach to dealing and working with flakes. So again, I've been doing this for the better part of 15 years, and I've heard just about every excuse or every let's just say exotic excuse for someone not to show up. I have killed pets, caused car accidents, car flats, car breakdowns, which was the excuse again that was given to me this week, relationship killers, and I've actually killed family members, and I hate to say this, but I've killed the same grandparent twice. Our shoots have caused people to go to the emergency room the night before, and just overall malaise towards whoever was supposed to be coming in. Now, it sounds, I don't want to come off sounding callous because some of you might be going, okay, well, what if some of those things are true? All right, so I've taken this spiritual approach to it. So I've decided that if the reason you couldn't make it to our project or to our shoot or to meet up at all, if that reason was so catastrophic that you couldn't make it, then that's the universe trying to tell us something. That is the universe trying to tell us that maybe we shouldn't work together. If the vibe or the karma is that bad, then yeah, we shouldn't work together, and so I won't reschedule them. I won't talk to them again. I won't meet up because you know what? Heaven for fucking bid that you die on the next project, on your way to the next shoot. And I won't have that. So taking that spiritual approach, or that sort of angle at least, what it allows me to do is this. If it is true, the reason that you gave me, then yes, the universe is talking and yelling at us. However, if it's not true and you lied to me, then, hey, exactly the same thing. I don't want to work with someone like that. And it's happened to me so many times, and it's funny. It did happen to me a lot in the beginning. And I don't want to say understandably so, because no one should ever flake. If you're going to do something, do it. But maybe in the very beginning, my portfolio wasn't as strong enough, or wasn't as strong as the person or the talent wanted it to be in the end, and they backed out or said fuck it or whatever. I remember those things. Later on down the line, as my portfolio grew and I got stronger as an artist and I got stronger as a photographer, I would get messages again, and it was I wouldn't work with them, no matter how big or how strong or however impactful those people were. I don't. Again, that's bad energy. That's bad mojo. You don't want to get into that with these people. Now, surround yourself with good people, people that you know aren't flakes, people that you know are fellow artists and that appreciate the creative process as much as you do, and of course do art because art is rad. Javi, the assistant with me on this project, he was recommended. Even though I had met him before, he's a painter, he's an artist, he's a painter and a muralist here in Phoenix. Even though I had met him before, I didn't know that he helped out on photo shoots and was a good photo assistant. He was recommended to me by another photographer, another fellow artist, Anthony Carrasco, and he's all, dude, hit him up. Let's see, maybe he's available. So I did. He was, and he helped out. Now, the funny part to this is, again, I've been doing this so long that over the conversations that I had with the model that ended up flaking, I knew that the word over the conversations through text and email, I knew and I felt that she wasn't as committed to the project as I had hoped she would be, even though she said she was going to for sure show up. She did not. That morning, we got to Javi and I were at the on location really early, and I turned to Javi and I go, "Hey man, do you happen to know anyone that could help us out today? Because I got a bad feeling that this young lady is going to flake." Lo and behold, he did, and the young lady showed up and couldn't have been a more amazing person to work with and helped us out of a big jam, and we got the photo shoot done, and it was amazing, and everyone went home happy, and it was awesome. You might say, well, I got lucky. Yeah, maybe I did, but at the same time, if the universe is telling me one thing, the universe has provided me with another in a weird way. Now, this is what I want to bring home to you, is that had I allowed the flake to drain me emotionally and to drain me creatively, I might have still been in a bad mood. I might have still not been able or agreeable to work with that day. I might have been an asshole. I might have just been like, oh, and even if the other model showed up, I might have still been an asshole, and the photographs and the work might not have been up to par as they were needed. David LaChapelle, he's a fashion photographer, and he was talking about how his buddy, and I'm paraphrasing the story for the most part, but his buddy, it was an artist also in New York at the time, and his buddy just got destroyed by a major art critic in one of the periodicals. And by the time that David was going to meet up his friend for lunch, he noticed of how great a mood he was. And for a second, he thought that maybe his friend hadn't read the critique, and no, his friend had. And he asked him, "How is it that you're taking it very well?" He's like, "Well," his buddy replied, "I am going to let it ruin breakfast, but I'm not going to let it ruin lunch." And that is a great approach to how you got to deal with these fucking flakes as well. You can't let it ruin lunch, man, because if it does that, then it's going to ruin your dinner, and then it might ruin the rest of the week for you, and fuck that. What are you going to be doing creating? You're not going to be in a creative mood. So that's my approach to dealing with flakes, and it just proved this week that, at least for me, it worked once again, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you very much for listening. I hope I didn't rant on too long this time, but hey, I needed also another one of these that I needed to get off my chest. And man, and you know what? This is the thing too. Some of you out there listening as well are artists, and for sure, now listen to this and pay attention, man. If you're an artist, that doesn't give you a right to be a flake or aloof or fuck with other people's time. And just because you're a flake doesn't mean you're an artist either. So, man, when you commit to something, just fucking show up, man. Just that's all I got to say. All right, thanks for listening. I hope I didn't ruin your breakfast or your lunch. Thanks again, and enjoy your youth.